Right guys, so welcome back to a brand new video and some more F1 2019 news here today. In this case we have some screenshots and they've been released by Codemasters, and it's also confirming and pretty much announcing the official 2019 car models have been finalised, and we've got screenshots of every single car and we're going to go through them here today in this video. And also we have some screenshots or some comparison screenshots of how the nighttime mode looks compared to F1 2018 compared to 2019. So we're going to go through all of that in today's video. So yeah, let's jump into things here and let's get into it. But first of all, if you did miss yesterday's video, guys, and a bit of a disclaimer, it was my final ever career mode episode in F1 2018, the absolute finale. If you want to watch it, guys, everything's on the line. Drivers and Constructors Championships. Go check out the video, guys, by clicking on the card in the top right hand corner of the screen. And with that out of the way, now we're going to move into this video. So first of all, we're going to get the comparison screenshots out of the way because they're quite quick and quite easy to get, done with. So first of all, we have a image of the brand new looking Singapore. Now, obviously, there is a Bahrain one. We'll get into that in a minute, but we've seen Bahrain already. Singapore is a new look for us. We haven't seen it yet. So you can see here along the pit straight, all those lights on the top right-hand side of the screen. Much more detailed, looking absolutely fantastic, and just a lot brighter. It looks really, really nice. And the way the lighting looks and bounces off the car this year looks great. In last year's game, for 2018, the halo and the rear wing, those two specifically, and also I believe the front wing as well, those were three parts of the cars that were not glitched, but they were mapped in a way where reflections in the night wouldn't work properly. They would stay fixated on the halo, and the lighting on the halo doesn't move depending on the corners you go through, unlike on the actual chassis of the car. This year that's fixed. If you compare the look at the halos between the two cars here, they've really done a good job of bringing the lighting to life, and it actually bounces off the halo like it's actually realistic. It's not just a black thing that doesn't seem to look right on screen. This year it looks much more in tune and seems to work better with the rest of the car, which in my opinion looks fantastic. And again, we get the first glimpse of the McLaren, and we'll see that in more detail later on, but you can see the onboard here with all the detailing, the orange looking fantastic in the metallic orange tone, bouncing off with the night lights, and the detailing as a whole here looks absolutely insane, guys, and visually looks incredible. Again, the tyres, the way they look this year with the kind of shiny texture as well, looking really, really good. And overall, the brightness it's so much better this year, and I'm really, really happy. And even the paddock and the pit lane in itself, if you look at the grandstand on the left-hand side, where the pit lane is, and the buildings look a lot more lively, all the sponsorships, it just feels a lot more real with the lights as well, and the whole thing just comes together a lot more to give it a much more of a vibrant feel. But now, let's move into the next image. So here we have some Bahrain images, and this one we've already kind of seen in video comparisons. We actually have a still image comparison in this case. We have Sainz from 2018 versus Hulkenberg from this year. The car in itself in the Renault is quite good because it's the same car. Unlike the last picture, the cars are the same. And you can see where the Renault hasn't really changed much this year, and you just appreciate Bahrain a lot more. In my opinion, the nighttime this year looks a little bit too bright. I think the balance is somewhere between the two games, especially at Bahrain, because 2018 is way too boring. But still, I take 2019 over 2018 every day of the week. And you can see just the detail here, the way the lights actually shine. You could, for example, you can compare the two LED lights. So in the image on the left, you can see the light in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Whereas the image on the left, if you look at the light at the top left, the way the comparison is night and day. I mean, the way it just all works. And again, I'm going to highlight the halo, the way it reflects a lot better, and seems to go a lot more in detail with the car reflections as well. So really good detailing here. The actual the Bahrain, pit lane, again looking great. All the lights above the pit boxes, and even that first building on the right hand side. Inside the building, you can see the lights inside. Really nice, just overall lighting and great detail there from Codemasters. So the game looking absolutely fantastic this year, and I cannot wait to get my hands on a night race. Same goes for Monaco as well. Monaco is going to be absolutely fantastic. But now that's that out of the way. Now we're going to move into the actual 2019 official car models. All 10 cars on the grid are finished. Let's have a look at them. Right, so we're going to jump into the cars now. Once again, I'm going to say, if you want to check out any of the images, guys, you can check them out by clicking on the link in the description down below to the official Codemasters announcement. But now let's move into these cars. First of all, we have the Toro Rosso. Now, I'm going to get the three cars that were already shown out the way. So far up until this point, we've had generic 2019 cars, which basically is the exact same car model. They've just changed the livery for each team. So they've all been the same car, essentially, with just different colour skins. However, there was three cars that had already been finished, so to speak, and have been seen in other trailers and screenshots. They are the Toro Rosso, the Haas, and the Renault. So we're going to get through those three really quickly before we jump into the real meat and potatoes of this video. So first of all, the Toro Rosso, again, we've seen it before, but the key areas to highlight here of this car car are the barge board area, the side pod area where it gets really complex with the aero, and also the front wing, depending on the different adjustments this year, where you've got the different configurations. In this year's case, Toro Rosso, again, the barge board area can be really complex, along with some front wing detailing, and it's a really, really good car for me in terms of career mode last year, and one that I might use again this year. The paint job is fantastic, and there's no reason for them to change the livery because it looks so good. So the Toro Rosso looking really, really good here in the form of Danny Kvyat. Now we have the Rich Energy Haas, in this case Romain Grosjean here at Bahrain. Once again, another nighttime screenshot, and again, more appreciation and detailing for the nighttime mode. As you can see with the way the light bounces off the chassis, the black in the nighttime looks absolutely fantastic, along with the gold metallic detailing, really looking good there. And overall, the Haas looking fantastic. Again, if you're looking for the small details and intricacies, which proves it's a 2019 car, in this case, you want to look at this car, the rear wing, all the little slot gaps along the end plate on the side, and also the airbox. It's a 2018 Ferrari airbox, because obviously Haas do carry over a lot of their aerodynamics from Ferrari from the year before's car. So in this case, they have a lot of 2018 car detailing on that Haas this year, but also the actual T-wing as well. Ferrari this year have a different T-wing. Haas have last year's Ferrari T-wing, which is kind of like a little, it's just almost a straight thing, and it just curves right at the bottom, just beneath the rear wing. So again, that's more 2018 Ferrari detailing there. So further proof that this is the 2019 Haas in all its glory. And to be fair, it looks pretty good in game. Regardless of whatever you think of the Rich Energy sponsor, it looks really good. So yeah, the Haas looking fantastic. Now let's move into the Renault. So now we move into the Renault, and to be fair, this isn't the best screenshot to prove whether it's the real thing or not compared to past cars, but the main thing I want to highlight here is, first of all, the rake, how low the front is compared to the rear. Absolutely incredible in this image. But a few details here that prove this is the actual Renault. It's very simple for me. If you look at the airbox above the helmet, the Renault have a very unique kind of short in terms of height and very wide airbox. It's a very slim looking airbox. Also, that every team, the T-wings are also a giveaway, along with the rear wing as well. They've got a couple of slot gaps there, and all in all, the Renault looking really good. I think it's going to be a popular choice. I know Tim Marduk is doing the Renault this year in career mode, so I'm sure that's going to be a popular choice amongst you guys. Now we move into the real meat and potatoes of the video, guys, and now we're going to see the rest of the confirmed models for this year's game. First of all, we have the Williams. This was actually released a couple of days ago, I believe, about a week ago now, by Williams themselves on their Twitter account, and now we have it in all its glory confirmed. And if you guys are into toothpaste or Signal, this would be a car for you, because it does look alright. I'm guessing if you're into this kind of theme, I'm personally not too keen. But the big giveaways here which prove it's the Williams, you look at the mirrors. The mirrors, they have a very different mirror setup. They've got the kind of outer shell with the middle part, similar to Red Bull. And also the Williams, they've got a very basic aerodynamic arrangement around the side pod area. And also, they've got the little pregnancy bump where the engine cover comes to an end, where the number is on the side, on the end of the engine cover. They've got the 63. They've got a little bump where the number comes out, so that's a very particular Williams detail. And finally, to prove it's the Williams, you look at the rear wing, the side end plate. There's not a single slot gap or any aero cuts. It's a very basic end plate on the side of the rear wing, and that's just the Williams. They've got no real aero intricacy on their car. So the Williams looking really good in terms of the detailing. It looks really good. I think some of you guys might use it. It might be a popular choice for like a Road to Glory style career mode, a Last to First, one of them things, a Zero to Hero kind of career mode maybe for some of you guys. Not a car that I'll be using anytime soon, I don't think, but still, they've done a good job nonetheless with the car. Then we have the Sport Pacer Force India, the Racing Point. Now, that's going to be something to get used to, and it's not saying Force India anymore, but you can see the Pink Panther here in all its glory, and again, it's actually grown on me quite a bit, this car. I didn't really like it at first. The livery kind of felt put together, but it's actually grown on me a little bit. It's it's a very unique looking car, I think, with the blue this year. They've always had pink in the past, but with the addition of the blue, it looks much more complete in my opinion. And the eagle-eyed amongst you might notice something off, and that's the sponsor. Because as we know, they are called Sport Pacer Racing Point. Sport Pacer being a sponsor, and I believe that's a betting sponsor, if I'm not mistaken. And they've replaced that name with SP Score. I'm guessing that's like an affiliate or something more user-friendly, because I believe Sport Pacer is a betting company, and betting is 18 plus or 16 plus. I think it's 18 plus for betting. And of course, F1 2018 or F1 as a whole, F1 2019, they are PEGI 3 games. So same goes for tobacco as well with Mission Winnow and a Better Tomorrow on the McLaren. Tobacco's betting is not the kind of stuff that's allowed in F1 games. Therefore, I think they've gone for an affiliate or something less visual, something a bit more just downbeat. And yeah, they're going to replace the main sponsor. But other than that, the car looks great. And again, the big takeaways here, the little details that make it, different to the generic 2019 car. In this case, the big one is mirrors. They've got like a couple of prongs that, that come off the side pod. And also the rear wing looks very basic, but it has got a couple of slots compared to the 2019 generic car. And also, of course, the infamous nose, which now for about 4 years now we've had with the Force India, the kind of tusk approach with the little inlets that go to either side. So yeah, the Racing Point looked pretty damn good in the hands of Sergio Perez there at Silverstone. Now we're getting into the big boys. So Alfa Romeo looking absolutely incredible. There's so much detail here, so let's get through it, and we're going to go from front to back because this car, I believe, is going to be a popular choice, and I know a few people are going to use it in career mode, so let's jump into it. So first of all, the very unique front wing. You can just about see it on the right hand side. On the car's left, our right, you can just about see where the wing has an empty space there because obviously the wing goes big at the beginning and then it just falls apart at the sides. So of course they've got the unique front wing. Then they've got the triple inlet nose. You can see where the nose is painted in black. They've got at least 2 inlets there, but there's one on the other side. So there's the triple inlet nose, which they're running this year. It's kind of like a Red Bull style hybrid mixed in with last year's Sauber. It's kind of a mix of the two. Then we've got the very aggressive serrated kind of like aero bits just above the number where the S duct is on the nose. And then of course then we go into the side pod area. They've got a very complex barge board / side pod arrangement, and then they've got a very unique airbox above the helmet on the engine cover. They've got like a 4-slot airbox, very unique, with finally a very aggressive multiple slot rear wing, and of course the pregnancy bump as well, where the number 7 number is of Kimi Raikkonen's car. So the Alfa Romeo looking fantastic. I'm sure it's going to be a very popular choice, and it goes to this one proves to me actually that the cars aren't 100% preseason spec. In past F1 games, the F1 cars have always been based off of preseason in Catalonia, so they need to be updated. With the Alfa, the little winglets or the little the aggressive kind of wings above the nose cone, above where the number would be on the nose and the S duct area, those winglets were added in Australia for the Australian Grand Prix, or maybe even Bahrain for round 2. So those weren't preseason on the car, I don't think. So that's been like a new addition there. And it just goes to show maybe the car's a little bit more up to date than just preseason spec. But the Alfa looking fantastic. The chrome or the metallic red in the night skies at Bahrain looking absolutely fantastic. And like I said, I'm sure this is going to be a popular choice amongst all of you in terms of career mode this year. Now we move on to my favourite, the McLaren, looking absolutely gorgeous in the night sky of Bahrain, guys. And the way the orange looks is incredible. Really, really just love how this car looks, and it's going to be one that I'm going to be using. You might notice, if you're eagle-eyed, there is no A Better Tomorrow sponsoring, which is, of course, a BAT, British American Tobacco sponsor, like I said before, because the game is not with the rating, so you won't be seeing that on the car. So it's just a blank space, but still the car looks fantastic. The way the orange looks this year compared to last year's game in the night sky looks absolutely ridiculous. The blue as well looking really fantastic with the metallic finish, and the small details here for the McLaren in this case for me, there's not many because it's a very, I'd say, basic looking car compared to other cars, but you can just about make it out. The nose has got the little inlet at the front, which is a la Red Bull style this year, which they've got. And also the McLaren has very unique mirrors, because every team has kind of little things and shapes and sizes with the mirrors. They've just got very basic just prongs that go out with the mirrors attached. Other teams have little curves, have shells. Literally that one just has a very basic mirror arrangement. And of course with the McLaren as well, which is quite unique, they've got the kind of wings that go out. Obviously every team has them, but they're a lot more pronounced than the McLaren, the way the wings go out to the side of the mirrors. It looks like literally looks like the car has wings on it. Then also it's also got the pregnancy bump where the number 55 is. That's now been removed in real life because they recently updated that, so hopefully that will get fixed soon. And yeah, also finally the rear wing, there are a couple of slot gaps. And overall the McLaren looking fantastic, guys. One of my favourite looking cars on the grid. I'm sure that's going to be a popular choice as well for career modes and amongst you guys. And it's going to be one that I'm definitely going to be using hopefully quite a bit in this year's games. I really, really like how the McLaren looks. And now we move into the upper echelon, the top tier. In this case, starting off with the Red Bull, and this car looks fantastic. There's so much detailing here and so much to get through. Again, you've got, of course, the unique nose with the little inlet at the front, which was actually closed off for Monaco. I'm guessing they'll reopen that for the next race in Canada. In terms of the rest of the car, though, they've got the S duct there just below the 33 number on the nose, and then also we've got the very complex barge board side pod area arrangement, and a very, very, very nice looking mirror detail there. as you can see there, with the little shell around the outside, a la 2018 Ferrari, where they had a little bit of aerodynamic benefit. And then, of course, the very nice looking and extremely tightly packaged side pods on the Red Bull, because they're so narrow, literally they come in so much, and also they don't really come out that much. They're literally flat from the beginning. So very unique side pods on the Red Bull, and of course the rear wing as well, looking actually a little bit basic, to be fair. I think they've got a few more slot gaps than that now, so that might need to be updated. But overall, the Red Bull looking really good. Again, the matte finish, we've had it for a few years now, but it never gets old. A really good looking car. And now we move into the prancing horse, Ferrari, and straight away you might notice the lack of Mission Renault. Of course, we've just said it before, no tobacco sponsoring allowed because it's a PEGI 3 game. So yeah, that's not going to be there. I was hoping they might add in the 90th anniversary version of the car, because that's what they use in Australia, and that's what they're going to use in these next two races for Canada and France. They're going to use the 90th anniversary sponsoring on the car, and I was hoping they could have put that in, so at least we've got something on the car. So you know, it looks a bit less barren in a way. And also, if they did add that on for us on the PC, we could actually mod that sponsor and change that into Mission Renault somehow, so it would give people a chance to mod that in. But again, a few details, intricacies with the Ferrari is, of course, the very unique front wing, the way the front wing falls away at the sides in such an aggressive manner, and then of course the very unique and again persisting the way, since it's been the case since 2017 now, the way the side pods look, the way they're kind of very short and wide. And then of course you've got the this year the Ferrari has a brand new airbox. Last year it was a very large round one like the Haas we saw before. This year is a small triangle, and then of course we've got the very unique T-wing as well, which is kind of like a round shape. And yeah, the Ferrari looking fantastic. I'm sure again this will be a popular choice amongst the Ferrari fans in this year's game. And yeah, the prancing horse looking absolutely fantastic. And finally, we have the world champions Mercedes of the Silver Arrow, and straight away you can see here, this is a 2019 Mercedes. Not really much needs to be said. It's quite obvious with just the entire nose section alone. They've got their own version of the front wing, and then of course they've got the very kind of the first part of the nose is very wide, and then it comes down to a very narrow shape, and then towards the bottom it falls away and feeds into the little tusks that go underneath the car for aerodynamic benefit. So the Mercedes looking great, you know, just really good detail, and it's got its own version of its mirrors, of course, as well, along with the airbox, and also its custom T-wing. And you can't see it from this image, but I'm guessing and I'm hoping that the red Mercedes star logo on the engine cover will be updated to commemorate Niki Lauda's death, of course. And I'm thinking it might not be on the car just yet, because of course they've got to get, you know, through, I'd say, registering in it in a way, because obviously they want to make sure it's all okay with Niki's family, I'm guessing, and he's part of the game and he's remembered in that way. So I'm guessing they might add that in later on, and we'll probably see that for launch. But that's why maybe the image is from the front, so not from the side, because maybe it's not in there just yet. So yeah, still the Mercedes looking fantastic, and all the aero details on the car, and that's the reason why they're number one and they're the defending champions. But there you go, that's the Silver Arrow, guys, and that is going to be it for this video. That is all the cars and all the screenshots. There's a few more screenshots running around the internet. You guys can maybe go check them out for yourselves. You can find them somewhere. I was struggling to find a really good quality image, to be honest, but they are out there. Some other ones at Singapore, I believe the Alfa Romeo, and off the top of my head, I think there's another one at Bahrain as well with the Alfa. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this video and you found it informative, drop a like, and also get subscribed for daily Formula 1 content, and also MotoGP content, guys, coming very soon. And MotoGP 19 is just around the corner. Also, get subscribed for daily videos. Besides that, I'll set a course for it as well. I'm going to do some more videos on that very soon. But yeah, guys, hopefully enjoy the video, and I'll see you in my next one very soon. And check out these two videos to the other side of me. But with that being said, see you guys in my next video. But until then, it's goodbye from me.